with this, I'm going to, now that I've got my cylinder, I'm going to show you how to trim. There's two different ways to trim the top. Very often you'll have kind of a messed up area. I don't know if you can see that on there, right there. If you've got a messed up area on your lip, sometimes you need to trim that off. So one of the ways is to use the needle, and the needle is probably better overall. It's a little bit harder, but if you've got minimal, just a little bit you're trying to take off, really the needle is better, because sometimes you just have to get used to, the top is often kind of ugly and you just need to get rid of that. So you're going to take your needle in your dominant hand. Again, for me that's my right hand. I'm going to take that and I'm going to hold it up against the pot so it's kind of tangent, so it would go kind of past. So I'm not going perpendicular like it would come straight in over the center there. I want to lay it so that the point of the needle is just against the edge. It basically makes a 9, not a lollipop or a sucker. So I'm going to lay it against there. I'm going to hold it in my hand. I'm going to put my left finger in there. That's going to create a target. I'm going to slide that across. I'm just going to angle it. I'm going to start with the tip of the needle just touching the clay, and I'm going to rotate that in toward my finger. When it goes all the way around and cuts, then I should be able to lift up that ring. Now you need to be able to do that. You need to cut 10 rings and just put them across the front there and then show me your rings. Because you really need to get used to trimming that. And people have a tendency to want the wheel to barely be moving so that you can be really careful. It actually makes it harder. You don't want it flying, but you also don't want it creeping along. So you can see, again, look at how quickly that's moving, how much you can see. And I'm going to slowly bring that over. The other way is to take your wire and kind of wrap that around. So I've got it wrapped around, so I've got my little wire tool there. And slowly, notice my elbows are still braced, slowly bring that in until I get down far enough, and then I lift up. Now you can mess up either way, but I would practice both just to see which way you like it. Again, you should end up with 10. The other exercise you need to do before you start saving things, don't wait until you start saving things. If you start saving things, you're not going to want to go back and do the other exercises. So there's the 10 rings, and then on a new cylinder, I know I'm cheating, on a new cylinder, you're going to cut it in half. So I'm going to make my cylinder, and then I'm going to take my wire, I'm going to stop my wheel, take my wire, again wrap it around my fingers there a little bit so I have a little bit of space in between, but my wire is taut, just tight. And I'm going to come straight down, I'm going to pull it back toward me. I don't want to overlap the ends and pull, because that's how the wires get creased, and that's how they end up getting bad and broken. Once you cut it, pull that down, and your cylinder should be at least 3, preferably more like 5 inches tall, at least this tall, and you should compare your walls. You should compare them side to side. They should be pretty much the same. You should compare them top to bottom. Okay, they should be really nice and even. Okay, so once you've done both of those and shown me, then you're done with that part. Now notice I got that really nice scraped off of there, and then this goes into the reclaim. Again, if it's just this clump of clay, you can lift the screen, put it inside there.